Okay, everyone, we're ready for our second presenter, Adam Yaron. He's the CEO of Fast Application, which designs, develops, and manages professional networking software solutions for the freight industry. Please welcome Adam.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Brian and Supply Chain Federation for having us. My name is Adam Yaron. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Fast Applications. We are an Israeli startup that bringing freight forwarders to the digital age. Here with us is also our co-founders from Italy, Giuseppe and Franca. I think two Italians, one after the other, is incredible. And Roy, our CTO, very, very important guy in our company, is here with us. So I wanted to speak with you today about digital freight forwarding and how it's going to impact supply chain. So first of all, how I arrived to this industry. My father owns a freight forwarding company in Italy, which I was managing for 3.5 years, where we discovered the need in digital solutions for customers in the supply chain. So in terms of quotations online, bookings, and track and trace. Let's speak a little bit about freight forwarding industry for those of you that doesn't know. So last year it was $160 billion industry. This is on top of shipping lines. So those are revenues of freight forwarding. Top 20 players are 44% of the market. So DHL, DB Schenker, Expeditors, that actually here, Phil. And the remaining 56% of freight forwarders, the remaining 56% is 250,000 freight forwarding companies that are handling this business. Transportation management system is our domain where we operate. And last year it was almost 2 billion and expected to grow to 5 billion by 2025. A lot of problems in the freight forwarding, in the traditional freight forwarding business. So first of all of their business they are doing analogically. So using emails, faxes, telephones. I don't know if any of you try to order a container from China to United States. Usually to get a quotation, you need to send a bunch of emails. Wait a couple of days. I'm talking about the importers that are doing it the first time without any connections. So everything is analog. It's very expensive for them to develop their own digital solutions. And the industry giants already started building their own solutions. So we see Kuehne+Nagel and, for example, Maersk that launched Twill in order to touch the end customer. So what are the 200,000 freight forwarders, 200,000 companies that are the long tail of the industry, the small, medium businesses, what are they going to do in this age? Let's see a little bit about the disruption map. So we have, first of all, the in-house digital strategy of the giants, like Twill, Kuehne+Nagel, DSV, DHL, all of them already developing or has launched their digital solutions. In the middle, we see the pure virtual freight forwarders. For example, Flexport. I don't know if all of you know, but Flexport just raised $1 billion from SoftBank a couple of months ago on an evaluation of $3.2 billion. And this is a digital freight forwarder. We have Freight Hub that has raised $30 million from Maersk recently, and iContainers and others. And we have the marketplaces that are, for example, Freightos, that is another Israeli startup, and Cogoport, that is Indian. We are fast, and we are enabling digital freight forwarding for the small, medium businesses. So those are just a couple of our brands that we already developed for our customers. And what we can see from this map is that the digital freight forwarding can now make the traditional freight forwarding business obsolete. This is what's going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years. In the recent TI report, we've seen the digital freight forwarding is gaining tractions. 50% of all shippers in the world already tried using online systems for rate quotations and shipments. Shippers expect that 20% of all their cargo to be shipped through online platforms by 2023. This is an amazing number. You know that today $25 trillion worth of goods are being shipped every year. It means that $5 trillion of goods are going to be shipped through online online digital platforms. And this is an incredible number, and for the small, medium businesses, they need to know how to act to it. So our promise to the small, medium businesses is to transfer them to the digital age in 14 days or less. And let's see one of the examples. This is Ship Emotion. Ship Emotion is a new brand. Originally, the company name is Unimasters. It's 100 employees from Bulgaria. They have in Bulgaria and in Romania, they have several branches in the world. And they decided to open a digital freight forwarding. They're very advanced thinkers. And as we see, first of all, we designed for them a website, a digital freight forwarder website with the logo and the brand. As you can see, this is an iframe, all right? This is an iframe from within our system. Everything is white labeled. So with their logo and with their colors, no one knows that the system is actually ours. It's actually a fast system. And once the customer is logging in, by the way, everything is multilingual. We are handling more than 12 languages. And once the customer enters, first of all, he sees a map with all of their shipments. Again, everything is white labeled with their colors. There is the news feed where the freight forwarder published their news, as you can see. And there is the track and trace. We are working on 4 levels. The first level is actually tracking the vessel through AIS data. Everybody knows automated identification system. The second level is also connection to the shipping lines via API. And we have also connection to the mobile application of the trucker and also physical device of tracking. This is a quotation. This is online quotation. All right, the customer can ask online quotation, insert any kind of goods, any kind of data that he wants, reefer, emo, anything else. The forwarder upload their buying agreements and selling rules, and the customer receive a rate, the best rate. Then he can perform a booking. He just fill in the shipper, the consignee, and the billing receiver, and the booking is done in a couple of hours instead of a couple of days. And this is very, very important in the freight forwarding industry. You know, today, for example, Flexport, we've spoken before about Flexport. At the end, even when you're booking with a virtual or digital freight forwarder, at the end, when they are receiving your booking, there's still someone in behind the scenes, I call it, in the operations, calling to the shippers and asking them, hey, where is the cargo is going to be ready? So still the operating system is analog, and it will remain, I think, like that for the next 3 to 5 years until someone will find a solution also for that. But the front end is very important that will become digital to the customer. So the customer could see where all the cargo at all time being, receive rates online, be able to book everything online and see news and everything that they need. So this is just a little bit about our system. What we've seen right here is a quotation and rate management that are received in 25 seconds. Bookings, confirmations, as I said, in few hours instead of few days. Track and trace, transparent supply chain visibility. We have the centralized document system, so all of the documents could be uploaded and the customer having them for 7 years, including invoices, so they don't need anymore to call the forwarder and ask, hey, I lost my bill of lading, or I need my invoice. And centralized workforce, so the forwarder can connect also their customs office and their agent of origin and destination, so the third party, in order to help them manage their shipment, and the customer can see it transparently in their portal. All right, so we arrived at the business model. The business model, all right, we have 25 million full-time employees in the freight forwarding industry. We are selling $80 per admin user, active admin user, per month. So per seat, actually, for the full-time employee of the freight forwarder. And the potential market, if we gain only 1% of the potential market, the potential revenues are huge. A little bit about our team. Me, myself, I'm the CEO. I sold an insurance startup in Israel to Harel Insurance Company 7 years ago. Then I moved to Italy to manage the freight forwarding company of my father. And today I'm at Fast. Giuseppe Bottini, one of our co-founders here with us, with more than 20 years of experience in freight forwarding. Claudio Marchesani, Franco Brescia, that is also with us, and Stefano Rossi. Our R&D team, Italians, both Italian and Israelis. Roy, as I said, with over 15 years in experience in multi-tenant systems. And we have also our Italian development team in Italy. Lastly, just a couple words about latest achievements. So we have been presenting in Rotterdam, in Port of Rotterdam, in the PTI event of Port Technology International. We won the Innovation Award. Yesterday we won second place in the Marine Money event in the Pierre Hotel here in NYC. It's our first time in New York City, so it's pretty exciting for us. Thank you, guys. We have been presenting last week in EcoMotion Tel Aviv, and also we have been mentors in the Wärtsilä Docathon. We call it. It's a hackathon of technology for containers and the maritime industry in the port of Haifa, and we won the first prize in the Entrepreneurship Week in Israel that was approximately 4 months ago. So if you have any questions about digital freight forwarding or about our innovation and startup, please feel free. Thank you very much.
All right, we have a time for a few questions. Who has a question? Brian.
Adam, you didn't tell us what unit of the IDF you started.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
No problem. So I was actually not in the Navy of the IDF in Israel. I was in the Air Force. Yeah, and I don't know how I arrived to the maritime industry at the end, to the end the supply chain, but yeah, that was that.
Any other questions? Yeah.
Tell us about your market traction. Do you have any customers, and are they using the product?
Yeah, of course. As we've seen, we have developed a bunch of brands already. We have 20 paying customers with 800 registered freight forwarders in our freemium digital networking platform. And those 20 customers already generated in 2018 in our beta $250,000 of revenues. 2019 we will close much more. And we just raised, by the way, our safe round, simple agreement for future equity in May. Before it, we was completely bootstrapped. So our 5 co-founders have put all the money from our pocket. So that's the model. Thank you.
On the freight forward business, on the sell side for the clients, most of the clients basically they call the forwarder and they want to have a relationship, and it's a relationship business. So the technology is helping for the track and trace and for managing the booking, etc. But how do you see, or how's the product being taken in terms of the sales process? Because most of the quoting basically is done by phone or by the relationship, and are customers reacting to that and actually quoting on the system?
It's a very good question. And before we have seen that 50% of all shippers that have been asked already tried to use online solutions. So of course this is a more of a relation business, and usually it's by phone, and they're used to ask for discount, and you probably know this process. But with all of the freight forwarders that we spoke, and they said, all right, we have the traditional business. We have the regular, let's say, medium-sized shippers or big shippers that are regularly booking with me. But I want to have an impact also on the end customer, also on the small shippers. I wanted the customer that, for example, order 5 containers a year, also could go to my website and ask rates. And I can agree with you that is more of a relational business, but I think that in the next 5 years or so, more and more freight is going to be bought through online system and through marketplaces. Our goal is that after, let's say, between 300 to 500 brands, we are going to open also a marketplace that will combine all of their rates together in one market. And as a freight forwarder, you could decide if to publish your rate on the marketplace or not.
Time for one last quick question.
Are you positioning yourself as a ERP system or just a track and trace portal, or are you competing with freight marketplaces like Freightos?
Thank you for the question. So we have a full operational system for the freight forwarder as a service. More than 300 screens. This is a full cloud-based system. The freight forwarder could manage all of their operations online through our SaaS system. So we could call it the operating system or a freight forwarding ERP. And it's including also the digital freight forwarding that is including quotation, rate management, track and trace, and of course the booking. So it's both also operation and also sales. It's a little bit more than what we've seen today. Thank you.